Moving to Oneness. Nourishing curiosity. Embracing differences. Becoming one.
There's a gentleness outside. The leaves are being moved with a soft touch, and it's more playful. A moment to take a deep breath, to find your breath, to find your own rhythm again after these turbulences that have been happening since the beginning of April. So for me here in Germany, there was warm weather and then came snow, wind, rain, snow again, even snow that stayed on the ground for a while. Sunshine, right? So the typical April weather for us. But also this has happened within you. Did you notice maybe that within you had similar turbulences of falling maybe a little into not a depression, but into a dampness, into a sadness? You cried a lot, and the next day or 2 days later again, you had energy and became creative and were jumping out into the world. Yeah? So that is reflecting at the moment what is outside, right? We're being tumbled in a way around like clothing in a washing machine. And before I go there, I would love to welcome you to the Moving to Oneness show. I'm Meilin, your host, and welcome to this early April episode in 2021. Whereas I've spoken about, it was the time, right, that predicted that these turbulences are starting. But in a washing, if you take the washing machine, you seeing yourself as clothing, right? The water is coming in, you've been put into the washing machine, the door is closed, a new space, the detergent is added in a powder or fluid form and maybe wash nuts. And then you're being tumbled or spun around, depending what kind of washing machine, but you're taken along with the next swoosh of water and turned around, folded together in a new way, unfolded in another way, in a way fully covered in water. Next moment, maybe parts of you not, and always another part. Then maybe warm water is added a little bit more. Maybe there's a cold water, right? You've just gotten adjusted to one way and then it spins all the other way around, or the water is taking off and then the clearing water is coming to flush and rinse everything out. But at the end you come out of it and you feel refreshed. You feel clean. Anything that is not yours has been taken away, washed away, moved off, rubbed off, scrubbed off, dissolved off, washed off with the water, right? And you may feel softer and replenished, as with a good drink of water or with a nice cream on your skin. And maybe you also feel more flexible because of that, right? Maybe something that was stuck to you, or maybe it was something sticky you were a little bit more rigid. So see and notice what good is being brought to you in recognizing where you have been maybe a little rusty or things had been covered up and maybe you were not ready yet for it to be washed off. But the times came anyway, or other people supported you in washing it off, or other beings out in our cosmos. So this is happening all over the world at the moment. This uncovering, the wind blowing away what's on top of you, the dirt off you. And a good example is Luxor, right? The pyramids of Luxor. they were looking for graves, came in with an idea of maybe there was something, and they found a whole new city. That was a few days ago. So for everyone who's going to listen to this episode a little later, that was about the 8th, 7th, something about that time of April. The interesting part, when I heard that in the radio, that was happening, I said, oh my God. 4 years earlier, I was there with my son. After he had a very turbulent time in finding ways to breathe, right? He had problems breathing, had been in a hospital for a while. And I had the nudge to bring him to warm weather, where he could take in a deep breath again, and it would feel good, and where it was also a little drier. The place we went to was in Egypt, the Red Sea part. There, he decided, I didn't know he would do that, he wanted to go scuba diving. He was 10 at that time. He wanted to find his own rhythm. And he did it in his tempo. And luckily, there was a very beautiful and fine-tuned instructor. He was also Egyptian, really honing into the energies and the ways of my son to see what he wanted and what he was ready for, and to follow the curiosity of my son. Yeah, they walked in from the beach and went deeper, instead of falling in and tumbling in from a boat. And I really loved that, to study, and so he could enjoy exploring and seeing what is in front of him, as well as he, in that comfort, immersed in this beauty of the water, with the fish, with the sand, with the mussels, with the algae in the sun rays that hit into the water. He felt part of everything, right? He became very aware of himself in that beautiful world. And there was another magical thing that happened. So when I stood there one evening or late afternoon in the water, I looked westward. It was a Tuesday, I can remember that, because on Tuesdays I always had my radio show, and I did speak about that on my radio show. I have to re-listen to that show. And I spoke about that there's something new will be uncovered at that time again, and they did uncover that day at Luxor and in Giza things. And again, there is this movement this year. So, right, they took out the tombs in Giza and drove them around for the people to see their own cultural gifts again, to have a memory of it in these times of COVID. But also at the pyramids of Luxor, they found a new city while they were looking for something else, right, for more graves. And what is so fascinating, that the sand has been taken off, the rocks, the weight, there is a certain way of removal, of giving more clarity of the newness that is coming, while removing what is the history that has been taught, that didn't have the view of, or the width of inclusion, of unity, of harmony. And more and more sites are coming to the open, right? We had in a few years ago in Brazil, where the crystals rose out of the ground. Here in Europe, people are finding caves, old tunnel systems. Other cultures as well, in Japan and China, they're finding old temples. South America, right? We're finding so much more history of societies that have lived here in harmony, in unity, in respect, in awareness with all. So again, this uncovering of the city for me at this moment, in this time of uncovering our politics, what is not working, uncovering with ourselves what we are living that is not ours, what you're living that is not yours, what I'm living that is not mine, so we can step into what we truly are, to bring that out into world, to live that, right? A beautiful question I was given is, how can I support you so you can do what you do best and with more ease and the most fun? And I thought, wow, this is a beautiful question. So I had to also go and uncover what is, and take maybe a, like Sherlock Holmes, the glass, the enlargement glass, to look more at myself. What is fun for me? What do I love to do? What comes easy for me? And this is to bring then to our communities, and then also to ask for others who see that, who feel that, who recognize, understand that, to provide support so I can even do more of that. So the question is for you, what do you do yourself best? Where you have fun, which comes with ease. You don't even think about it. It does not use up any energy of you. Right? So what is it? And so maybe you've been asked directly this question or not, but it is in our field. It is in the energy on our planet. It is the cosmic energy that is bringing out more of you, and things are being washed away. So like the sand has been beautifully taken away, and I'm so happy that so many of us are now more interested in what was there really. So it's not just in a certain relationship where we ask, what is my partner really want to convey or live? Right? Or my son, or my parent, or my brother, or myself, or what you want to uncover. So we've learned over the last few years to hone in what is behind, right? You can feel it. More and more people are really interested what you are bringing to the world, what I'm bringing world, or others. They're honing in. The listening is changing. We're being listened to in new ways. Maybe you have recognized it, and if not, observe and really see that it is happening. It's a beautiful thing. So, but now it goes also on larger topics. Yeah, there are multi faceted parts within us that being unfolded, recognized, discovered or rediscovered. And the same is happening here on Earth, where we're finding plants, the importance of certain plants, the healing properties of certain plants. We are finding at the moment how animals are providing information, how we can optimize. We're respecting them more, we're listening more, we're starting to treat them much better, and seeing where we've needed change as well. Right? There's being done. Young people are being listened to. Young people are invited to bring also their creative genius into the world. And they do a lot of beautiful saving of the ocean, saving of the deserts, saving of society. And not saving, but questioning and saying, can we do it in another way? Are there different possibilities? I like that even better than the word saving. So finding and looking for new possibilities. What can be done? What can be created? Or how can we be more open so the unfathomed can arise? Also in that, I believe it's so important that you exist. And I want to thank you that you exist. And I want to thank myself that I exist and I do this beautiful work and you do this beautiful work. And we're doing this together. As a human being, as a friend, as a light being, with nature, with animals, with the cosmos, right? With the elements, we can go on and on and on there. this collaboration. So this is unfolding more and more, and we're feeling free, and I hope you feel that. Even though maybe in one moment the tears may run, but the tears are washing away. Exactly like the sand is being washed away in Luxor, and suddenly there's a new city. Because what the really interesting part is, we as humans, we know and feel the truth. So when there were legends, look at your own legends in your country, in your city, in your region. How true are they? What is there? Go on this adventure, become an explorer during these times to provide answers for you, to provide answers for others. Move in of becoming a little bit more of the teacher by sharing your experiences with others. In that moment, you become the inspiration. And invite whatever is out there to support you. Yeah? And taking the time and energy to connect. And it is hard at the moment. All of us are very separated from others. But one other person, or maybe two, depends where you are, you can connect with, or even more if you're lucky, in some regions, in some countries, in some areas. Come together to weave together what uplifts you, makes you feel safe, to throw yourself into the washing machine and ask them to put a beautiful detergent in there, like an organic with love, and and turn on the water so that you're not alone while you do this. Yeah, and maybe that they nudge you a little further than you would go alone. If you're more of the, gung-ho person. And if you like to go very gentle, do it gently. With softness, with finesse. Step by step. Yeah, so this is important, I think, for this year to thank yourself that you're here, as I thank myself, as I thank all of us, of being here right now for each other, as you're here also for yourself, as I'm here for myself. And saying yes also a little bit to this uncomfortableness of moving into new territory. Saying yes to new opportunities, to staying expanded even more, longer, further. So many things are changing, and hone in to the energies of what you're bringing, what your work is bringing beautiful to this world, what your beingness is bringing beautifully to this cosmos. I invite you to see your beauty. I invite you to see your importance of being here right now. And whatever you think, do, and act on, that is of importance. I would love to bring a song and sound for you to take this within, to bathe in it, to maybe even also be washed. Let's see what comes with, right? We never know what support comes with these tones and sounds. And so that you maybe do an extra washing or an extra scoop of detergent and an extra whoosh of rinse water to have this a little bit more cleaner, brilliance. Because you know it is bringing out the brilliance of you, bringing out the optimal you and the true you, where you can live your knowledge. The birds outside. And I've learned when I don't talk, the microphone turns down. So I remember the last time I spoke, when the storm was, So maybe you do hear in between once in a while the birds singing outside, supporting us in this unfolding, in this becoming you, in this becoming us, in this becoming me. Hey ya la la lundu ba dan de 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 dum bo ba inna ya lin de wundu hey ya lum no no yun mo na lin ya wun ya le lin ya bum bo de yen yen ne wun ya ne lin ya no bum mo we lin ya ne wum mo we yen ne lin ya ne wo wo en ya ne ne lun yun no wo bo we in ya ne na we in ya ne when ya ne na le wo mo wo we na ne we ya le yen yen ne we ya wo ne ne en ya ne ya in ya ne One more way and then they learn you to them bum by away on the when they did it do when they did it ba home oil and Tenda ye anla hunde sindelanjana hunde linim wombo yedelinana hone ne oh nana yandanda oh lalanya oh. I'm gonna leave you in this energy, in this vibration of these songs and sounds just for you. I wish you a wonderful time, day, week, month, and year, and beyond. I'm Meilin. Have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.